Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Frank Mularcik, and in this video we're going to be looking at my contributions to my 2021 Roth IRA. I was able to max that out, so I just wanted to share with you guys what I'm investing in my Roth IRA and hopefully just give you guys an idea of what kind of allocations I have in my portfolio to actual dividend stocks versus what I'm investing in my Roth IRA. So I think that's sort of interesting. So let's take a look at this spreadsheet I made here. Basically, I have actually two Roth IRAs, one with Vanguard and one with Fidelity. So sometimes it's a bit annoying, and at some point I'll probably roll them together or put one into the other, transfer one to the other. I'm not really sure at this point. I was liking Fidelity a lot because they had a lot better interface, especially the app. But actually, Vanguard's app got a nice little upgrade recently, so it is a lot better. That was one of the biggest things that was lacking, I think, in the past, but it is looking a lot better, and Fidelity's app looks pretty good as well. So honestly, it's not that big of a deal. I like both of the companies, but for my Vanguard account, basically, I had pretty much just invested all my cash at the beginning of the year. So when I made my contributions, I only had $1.28 of cash. So in total, I contributed $1,500 to my Vanguard Roth IRA, and I can show that screenshot right here. I don't want to say I didn't do it. So I made $1,000 on looks like August 26th and $500 on July 21st. So I made $1,500 contribution to that one, and with that I basically just have these two investments of VOO and VTSAX. So I bought 3 shares of VOO, which is about $1,200 that I invested there, and then VTSAX I bought about 2.4 shares, which is about $270 there, which is all of my $1,501.28 that I had available in my account from my contribution and starting cash. So that leaves me with $0 left to invest. So I'm pretty much done with that account until next year when I can contribute more for 2022. And for my Fidelity account, I had about $435 at the beginning of the year. Not necessarily the beginning of the year, because I was actually still contributing some for 2020 in 2021, so I still had some cash there. But basically, at the beginning of the time when I started contributing for 2021, I had $435 in cash there, and I contributed $4,500 to get up to that $6,000 mark, which is the maximum you can contribute to your Roth IRA. So you can see here my different contributions. So on June 23rd, I contributed $1,500. July 20th, $500, so that's $2,000 total. July 30th, another $500, so that's $2,500. August 10th, I contributed another $1,000, so that's $3,500, and then on September 20th, I contributed the final $1,000, so that's $4,500. And looking here, I invested in 3 different things here. First of all, VTI, which is pretty much my main holding in this account. I bought 15 shares throughout the course of mostly the summer and fall, I guess, is when I bought most of those shares. And in total, I invested around $3,374 there. And I bought 23 shares of Store Capital, which is a REIT. Basically, this is sort of this holding, along with Realty Income, ticker symbol O, is sort of an extension of my dividend portfolio. I just hold them in my Roth IRA so that I can get the added tax benefits, since with dividends from REITs, they are not qualified like dividends from most companies, so you do have to pay a little bit higher tax on them than the regular dividends. So I just hold them in my Roth IRA just for that tax advantage. So I bought about 23 shares, which is $789 worth. And then I also did buy one share of Berkshire Hathaway B for about $278. And the reason I bought that is because I really want to go at some point to one of the annual shareholder meetings out in Nebraska. I just think that'd be really cool to see Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger in person, and just to be in that atmosphere with a lot of other investors, I think would be cool. And especially since those two guys are getting pretty old, objectively speaking, I would like to try to do that within the next few years, maybe even this year, just so I can have that experience while I still can. So I did buy that one share just so I am eligible to attend that meeting. So for this year, 2021 contributions, so far I've invested about $4,400 of that capital. So right now I still have around $498 left to invest in my account. And if you do the math there, there's actually a little bit of an error, it seems, because if we take this starting cash and we add the contributions I made and then we subtract this total amount I've invested, it comes back that we should only have $492 in cash left. And I just wanted to clarify what that difference of $5 was. So it's a difference of $5.44, and basically $5.40 of that is from uninvested or unreinvested store capital dividends. And basically in this account, I have it set to automatically reinvest all the dividends back into the underlying stock, but I basically didn't set that up early enough with store. So for the first dividend I received from them, it did not reinvest automatically. I now have that set up, so I don't have that problem. So I had $5.40 of dividends from store that I wanted to reinvest, but they were not, so that just got added into my cash balance. And then I also had four cents, sorry, of interest on my cash, since I have had a little bit more cash in my account this year. As I've been contributing, I did receive some interest there, so 4 cents there. And over here on the right, you can see the totals for basically 2021 of everything I bought. So I bought about $1,231 of VOO, and VTSAX, which I hold in my Vanguard Roth IRA, and VTI, which I hold in my Fidelity Roth IRA. Those are essentially the same holdings and the same, ETF. So I combined those there. So I invested $3,644 in that ETF, and then I invested around $789 in store capital and around $278 in Berkshire Hathaway. So I've invested around $5,943 in my Roth IRA. I'm definitely going to invest, the remaining amount that I've contributed sometime in the next few months. I just, I'm sort of deploying it as I see fit, so I'm definitely not trying to rush to invest anything. But as you can see, my dividend portfolio right now is only worth about $2,000, and I've been working on that for close to 2 years now. So that just shows that the dividend portfolio for me is it's mostly a learning opportunity, and right now I'm just not contributing much money to it at all. And I realize that, and I understand I'm not going to get super rich off that portfolio right now, because I'm not contributing much to it, even if my returns are fantastic. But the reason I'm doing that is, and spending more time on that portfolio than any of my other portfolios, is just because it's a great opportunity for me to be able to learn a lot about the stock market and investing in individual companies, and still have relatively low risk while still having some skin in the game as well. And while I'm doing that, I'm, in the back end, I'm doing these other investments that are pretty stable, and, just basic ETFs that are pretty simple and not require much of my time at all. And so the majority of my capital is going to investments like that at this point in my life. I think definitely when my income starts to increase in a few years and I become even more confident and experienced with individual stocks, I'll probably continue, investing a similar amount in these ETFs in my Roth IRA, but I will, just increase the amount that I invest in these other dividend stocks and maybe some other types of stocks as well. So I hope that gives you guys a good idea of, what I invest in my Roth IRA and how that compares to my dividend portfolio, and, why I'm doing that right now. So let me know if you guys do have any questions, and I would also love to hear what you guys do invest in your Roth IRA, because I know some people invest in more safe stuff like I'm doing here, or some people just invest in regular stocks like they do in any other account. So that'd be interesting if you guys do have any time to let me know what you guys have in your Roth IRA, and I will see you in the next one.